Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well. Come on, man. Get in there. Semi-final. Flipping yes. And I know many people probably look on paper and go, yeah, but it's Palmeiras. We should be winning this game. And yes, correctly so. But we put ourselves in a situation, I'll be honest, and we got ourselves out of it, thank goodness. The way that it went down, especially the second goal, it goes to show things are on our side. Yeah, we've seen these sort of things before. When things fall into your lap and into your favor, you know, destiny is probably on in our favor right now. It's helping us. So Chelsea have reached the semi-final. We will be playing Fluminense, and the Thiago Silva reunion will be happening. It hasn't gone down the route that I expected. Because I expected Man City to beat Al Hilal and then hoping that Fluminense will beat Man City, but we've gone in reverse. Fluminense beat Al Hilal because Al Hilal beat Man City. And now Fluminense are in the semi-final. Thiago Silva absolutely bossing it with them, and they're doing really, really well, and we've set up a date. So we will get to see Thiago Silva again. We'll get to play against him, and hopefully it's not going to be too much of a difficult task. I think it will be, I'll be honest. But off the back of today, it's finished Palmeiras 1, Chelsea 2, and I'm just pleased. I'm just pleased because what looked like a really comfortable game and what looked like a really comfortable start, and a great start to be fair, turned into what we all thought would be another repeat of the Flamengo game. It started to look like it was heading in that direction. But the threat wasn't as intense, and it wasn't as intense because Flamengo are an aggressive team. Flamengo like to get in your faces, and they did kind of suffocate us to the point where we kind of lost our heads. Whereas Palmeiras are not that team, but we did kind of begin to shy ourselves away, and it started to look a little bit concerning. But despite all of that, we got ourselves the result. Now, the game started off with a questionable lineup in terms of the midfield and in terms of Gusto at right back. Now, it's funny how things come full circle, because the one that actually got us the flipping winner was Gusto. So it's mad, and this has been the story of Chelsea's tournament so far. Look at what happened against Benfica. Nkunku, Dewsbury Hall scored. I mean, you know, this has been Chelsea's story. All these guys that we're looking at and going, nah, they're flipping out mistake after mistake, or we're not so sure, and then all of a sudden they come in clutch. So there's that. But we looked at the lineup, and especially midfield, Gusto right back, Reece James in midfield. Now, Reece James didn't start the game, even though he was selected in the starting 11. He got injured in the warm-up. We still don't know what the problem is. I hope it's a knock. I simply hope it's a knock. And to be honest, I don't think it's a knock. This is what worries me, because you can't get a knock in a warm-up. Do you know what I mean? No one's knocking you. You ain't getting tackled in a warm-up. A warm-up's a warm-up. You're warming up. No one's going in for tackles and challenges in a warm-up. So he's done something. Now, I hope it's a precaution. I hope it's something small. I hope it's not a same recurring injury like it looks like with Lavia. Fingers crossed it's going to be okay. But we're not so sure. But Santos filled the void. And when I saw this in the lineup, I was confident. I was quietly confident. I said this when I came onto the watch long, and I told you guys, listen, Santos has come in for Reece James. Cool. But I'm all right with that. And I'm all right with that because Santos, as a midfielder, can play the role, but he's coming up against a Brazilian team. A team and players and a way of playing that he is already familiar with because he's played in Brazil. So this isn't new to him. This isn't something that's, you know, it's not like, for example, if we come up against a top European side and then you throw Santos in, at that point, we genuinely don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how he would play or what would happen. He could be under too much pressure, especially physically. But Palmeiras are not a physical team. They're not someone to get in your faces. And we saw this today. When they did show up in the second half, it was done by individuality. It was because of what they were doing on the ball. They started to have some flair to their game, and it started to get a little too quick for us. But in terms of their presence, we always have space. And as a dynamic midfielder like Santos, he can occupy that and he can play in that. And he did. Santos today had a great game. and played 88 minutes, I think it was. Fantastic game from Andre Santos, so big respect to him. The rest of the lineup was nearly what we expected, except Nkunku was in the 10. Pedro Neto started, which is not what we thought would happen. And big respect to Pedro Neto, because he had a fantastic game as well. And to be able to show up in a circumstance like he's been through, where he's lost his close and dear friend, and he knew Jota's brother as well, to play the very next day. It's not easy. It's not easy. And they've done it. So fair play to Pedro Neto, because he was very dynamic and very in the game, and he didn't make mistakes, and he done everything he had to do, and he pulled off a very good game. So fair play to Pedro Neto. I'm very happy that he did deliver. Apart from that, everyone else was pretty self-explanatory. We got the first goal very early on, to be fair. What was it? After 16 minutes, we got the first goal, and a very good goal at that. Chalobah driving himself into space, passes to Cole Palmer, takes a turn on the 180, literally dragging the ball on the 180. Liam Delap, I was going to say Rory Delap, I swear it was right there. Liam Delap drags the defender with him, creates space. Cole Palmer runs into that space, loads of space to run into, looks up, goes around the defender again, bottom corner, keeper's not saving it, 1-0 Chelsea. Very clean, cold Palmer finish. Yeah, and this is where, even after that, throughout the entire first half, we were coasting. We were coasting, man. And this is where we need to learn. This is something that we do need to do. We need to kill games. You know, we had a couple of other chances. Nkunku, for one, if you remember, where the ball Cole Palmer passed it to Nkunku. He had all the space in the world, and he skied it. Go low. Go low, pick a bottom corner and try and put it there. You just got to place it. You got no one near you. You don't need to panic. He leant back and the ball goes into Rose Ed. Those sort of opportunities, you need to at least work the keeper, but to be honest, you need to bury them. Because that's the sort of chance that will kill the game. And if you've killed the game there, we've got nothing to worry about. That's what we struggle to do. We still struggle to do that. It's like we have to put ourselves through a situation. And it's nice to see that we come out of it. We do have what it takes to come out of it. And recently, from the back end of the season that we've had, for how we ended that, and for how we've shown up in this Club World Cup, we always put ourselves in a situation, but we do get out of it, which is great to see, because at one time, we wouldn't have got out of it. So we are showing resilience, which is great. But we don't need to do that every game. If you have a chance to kill the game, brother. Kill it. That's not what we did in the first half. We were totally in control. And I said this on the watch along. I was like, we're not being tested. This is a very straightforward game. So things are going brilliant, but we need to get the second goal. We didn't. We went into halftime 1-0. And then not too long after, we concede. But we concede in circumstances that are bizarre. Very bizarre. And it's funny, I mentioned that. They're showing the goal right now on the zone. Actually, you know what? This has come at the perfect time. So yeah, it's a ball in. He's gone round very beautifully. Levi Colwill needs to be a bit sharper there. Because Levi Colwill can see Esteval Willian. He's not really gotten close to him. He's not closed down the space quick enough. And Esteval was smart enough to just really take the ball around Levi Colwill. But he's taken an extra touch, and the angle that he's taken the shot at is inexplicable. It's inexplicable. Sanchez, to be fair, needed to do better there. And I'm not just saying that because of Sanchez. I'm talking in context of this goal. Esteval done exactly what he had to do, and he placed it. It would be a different story if he smashed it. If Esteval had that on a rocket, you can't blame the goalkeeper in that context. But when he's placed it like that, there's not much pace on the ball. Sanchez, you got to be close to your front post. You can see the action is coming from the right-hand side of the pitch. You got to be close to right-hand side for Palmeiras, left-hand side for us. You got to be close to your front post. He wasn't. And for people saying, no, but it was too high, it hit the crossbar. Brother, he is 6'5". He is 1.97 meters. And if you go back and you see, he done that and he was basically touching the crossbar. He didn't even pull out a full stretch. Stretch out. The ball wasn't quick. He needs to do better there. That space that he left exposed shouldn't have been exposed. Get close to your front post. That's basic. As far as I'm concerned, I'm sorry, that's basic. But on Esteval's part, it was a clever thought, and he executed it, and it was a very good finish. Esteval gets the goal, 1-1. And this is where Chelsea start panicking. We start losing our touch here. We start playing a little bit on the back foot. Palmeiras start to get into their blend a little bit. Some Brazilian flair and samba start to come into their game. Individuality starts showing up here, and they're moving the ball pretty quickly, more quicker than they were in the first half. They're getting more of the ball. We're starting to look a little shaky. What's going on? That's where I'm thinking, crap, you know, we're going to get a repeat of Flamengo. Or this is where you would hope that you would have got a second goal by then. So then you prevent this situation from happening. But we held our own. We made the substitutions. João Pedro come on. Madueke came on. João Pedro and Madueke coming on for Nkunku and for Liam Delap. And João Pedro looked bright. To be fair to him, he looked bright. He looked more dynamic than Liam Delap. And he ended up having more opportunity than Liam Delap. But he did work the keeper twice. Good saves. Didn't score. Then the goal comes. And lo and behold, the goal comes, and flipping, this is just something out of left field. I mean, we're on the left-hand side of the pitch. The ball comes into Gusto. It's a very nicely fed ball into Gusto. Gusto beats his man, comes into the box, and he's tried to cross it, low drive into the box. It's come off a defender, and then it's come off Weatherton, and then it's gone into the net. That's how you know destiny is on our side. That's how you know. And we've had these sort of things happen before, where things happened and it's just like it's meant to happen. They fall into our lap and we take it and we get the result because of it. That was one of those things. We pick up the win. We're in the semi-final because we got a second goal very late. What was it? Minute 84, 83. Gusto, who was looking shaky during the game, very shaky, made a few errors. A few good things, but a few errors as well. It looked very 50-50. But he pulls that out of the bag. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. It paid off. That was the most important moment of the whole game, and cheers for that. That's it, really. So we got the job done. We managed to see the game through, but now we go to Fluminense, and I think Fluminense are going to be a harder game than Palmeiras, and Fluminense are more aggressive. They're more in your face. They have beaten some top opposition in this competition. We saw what they did to Inter Milan. We saw what they done to Al Hilal, who disposed of Man City. Fluminense have a lot more to their CV in this tournament than Palmeiras. And they've got Thiago Silva. And we've got players suspended, which I have to say, by the way, I'm not even putting blame on Liam Delap or Levi Colwell here. This rule is stupid. I wasn't aware of the rule until today because I did ask on the watch-long chat. I asked, you guys would know if you were watching. I'm like, hang on, something doesn't add up here. There's a lot of suspensions. What's going on? Why? And then it was rightly explained to me. If you get 2 yellow cards in 5 matches, you get suspended. So any 5 games, if you get a yellow card, you could get a yellow card in the first, and if you get a yellow card in the 5th game, you're suspended for the 6th. Who came up with that rule? Who came up with that rule? You are eliminating all possible aggressive nature in the game. Any sort of tackle will be avoided, and even then they're not. Because you can't. So you're just going to get everyone suspended. It's a dumb rule. Whoever came up with that at FIFA should be sacked. Honestly, you don't understand football. You actually do not understand football. That rule is stupid. I was surprised. I was noticing a pattern. There's loads of suspensions. Something's not right here. 2 in 5 games. Come on, get out of here. Liam Delap is suspended for the semi-final. Levi Cole was suspended for the semi-final. We will have players back. Like Caicedo will be back. And no, we've not had anyone else suspended. Jackson came back but wasn't used. But that was a red card. That's different. So there we are. But look, more of the story. Chelsea are in the semi-final. We've picked up another, 15 million? So I'm glad with that. But we're in the semi-final. I thought we would end up playing PSG in the quarters and we get eliminated and whatnot. We have a big opportunity now to get to the final and play for the trophy. So bring on Fluminense, bring on Thiago Silva. It's going to be good to see him, play against him. We'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts. Esteval Williams played his last game for Palmeiras, and what a way to go out. He scored the goal. Today's actually, you know what? Today's a win-win. Today's a win-win. It's a win-win-win, actually. It's a win because Flamengo wanted us to win this game, so they changed their tune with us, now begging us to win, and you know what? We got it. So you may be happy today, but we didn't do it to make you happy, yeah? So be careful next time about what you lot say about other teams. Just saying. So good luck with all that you do in the future. But Esteval scored a brilliant goal at that. So he looks good. He's now making his way to Chelsea off a very good goal. So we look good. And we won. And we're in the semi-final. So we look good. So it's a win-win-win. Great circumstance. So there we are. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. I hope Reece James is not injured deeply anyway as well. So we'll keep tabs on that. I will be giving you guys a news video later on in the day, later on this Saturday, because I know for some of you it's the night, so you're going to go to bed. For some of you, you're awake, so it's Saturday already. So there will be a news video. We'll get into more news. There will be a watch-along for Bayern Munich versus not Real Madrid, flipping out. PSG versus Bayern Munich, so we will be doing that. We're going to do the watch-alongs for all the remaining games now because we have to. Quarterfinals, the semi-finals, both will be covered, and then the final, that will be covered. So make sure you're here. Subscribe, notification bell on, and I will catch all of you later on the Saturday. So, thank you all so much for watching. Much appreciated. And I'll catch all of you there. Subscribe, notification bell on. See you later. Take care and peace. Up the Chels.